What are you doing, fella? Oh, yeah, concrete. Yep, I'm gonna need a bit of that today on The Ripple Effect.
Hello and welcome back to The Ripple Effect. I have set myself up a little workstation here. Let's get into this mode here. We were over there by the kind of embassy little bit. I built a portal, grown some ugly spruce trees there. This is just like a temporary workstation that I put together. It's not much. It's just got kind of your basics and some storage to help me get together. But most of the building's going to go on down here. And today, most notably right there, a couple things on the layout. So over here, this is in, obviously, one day this won't be dirt or grass. That's going to be a bridge into town. This is probably going to be the first building most people will see, and it's the Singing Badger, it's called. It's an inn. It's from Dungeons & Dragons campaign that I wrote for some friends of mine, and of the town that it's from, Himstone, it's kind of like the life and soul of the party, I feel like. It's Himstone's like a musical town. It's set, I can't remember if I said in the second episode or not, but it kind of sits beneath like these tall white cliffs that like kind of resonate sound. And there's an amphitheater, which I'll probably put over there, that people come to the town for to see festivals and so on. So it's a very musical town, and the Singing Badger is kind of like the average Joe's place to stay. It's a big inn, and I think most people would come there. It's going to have a stage over here. It's the only inn in town that has like a kind of performance thing going on for it. There's another more snooty inn in town, which I'll probably put a bit closer that way, or maybe over here, called the Emerald Dagger. That one's a bit fancier, but then maybe a bit less character on the inside, you know what I mean? So the Singing Badger seemed like the obvious place to start, and it's a Tudor style building, which I've never actually really done. So you can kind of see with the white and the kind of dark logs there what I'm going for, but this is the general shape. It's going to be 2 stories. Almost all of it's going to be 2 floors, except for this bit here, which is just going to be a kind of storage room. Out the back here is going to be outdoor seating. It's going to have a kind of lively outdoorsy feel. People come, I need to eat, and hang out outside. There's also, in the actual campaign, there's a market that runs along the side. I guess I'll do that down here. And the Singing Badger kind of is adjacent to the market. So the market's like a skinny street with stalls, but also has little stools and stuff, and people playing chess or drinking and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of come together in a way, and Singing Badger let people using the market sit on their seats and come and have a drink and stuff. It's very communal, giving, friendly vibe here. So I'm going to put this together. Probably off camera, or, I don't have the replay mod yet, unfortunately. This is the thing I would love to do on the replay mod, but it ain't going to happen. But yeah, I'll do that. I need to do a bit of mining also, so I've just got a bit of grinding to do, but I'll be back when I've got kind of the structure together. All right, we have the framework in. I haven't quite, up the top is not quite done yet. Because I need to kind of see how the roof will shape out, but I think we're pretty good. I've got some gardens up there. Those you can't really tell from down here, but those are going to have flowers in them. They're gardens. These are balconies down here. I think there'll be rooms along this wall, though I'm not sure, but I definitely know along this edge upstairs is all bedrooms. So each one of these little balconies will go to a small bedroom, or possibly it'll be 2 bedrooms. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure that out. But yeah, that's the idea with these. They're all balconies. And I haven't done the top kind of logging stuff up there because I don't really know exactly how the roof is going to play out. But I have a fair idea. I just am not sure exactly where to put the logs. This little bit here is probably going to have just a small sloped roof. And out here is all going to be the seating area. So yeah, I just thought I'd give a quick progress update. I need to go through and add all the white concrete, and I'll probably mix that in with a bit of concrete powder. I had to add that stone ledge there because I kept I'd be working on stuff up here, and I'd kind of back up to take a look at my progress and like fall in the the ravine there. So safety net. Well, I've actually managed to fall in once still after doing that, but well, can't win them all. Is that supposed to be I think that's meant to be a garden there. Let's garden this up. I've been using grass for the garden because I think it kind of has a better kind of default look. I think that's going to go there because the wall's going to be back one level anyway, so there we go. And probably need an axe for this. Pillaring up with wood, probably not the best approach, but whatever. Especially seeing as my axe does not have mending on it. But yeah, that's kind of the shape of it so far. Pretty happy with the look. This is going to be the main door, and then this leads out the back to the kind of seating area. Just for the record, the layout's going to be like the bar will be along here. In here, I think will be kitchen, so that'll probably be closed off, this little area. I think I'll have a fireplace over here, perhaps. Maybe here, I suppose, makes the most sense. And stairs going up this way, leading to the rooms, and down here's the stage, and there'll be a couple booths and so on. But we'll figure that out when we get there, eh? All right, we'll see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back, and first of all, look at this awful font. There's something going on at the moment. Everyone's getting the same deal, but man, that is unsettling. Look at the like in the inventory. Look at these numbers. Ugh. I look down at the beef there. Oh, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. I've made quite a lot of progress here on the singing badger, and I am really very happy with how it's turned out. It's so it needs obviously like a lot of decoration around the edges. It looks like it just goes boom into the ground, and there's no no terrain, anything like that. So obviously I will fix that. That's kind of my favorite part to just like slowly chip away at though. This is the front, the main entrance there. Yeah, really happy with how this roof turned out. Kind of not quite a direct sort of triangle shape. I'll show how I did that actually, because I mean, it's kind of a pretty simple looking roof, but for me it was a little bit different. This here was going to be a storage room, and I decided instead maybe it makes sense for it to be like an outdoor bar. Like, if I'm going to have a bunch of tables out here and we're going to build a market all the way down here, I think it makes sense to be able to serve people from outside. I put the fireplace here. I know I kind of mentioned I might put it over here, but I ended up putting it here because it's actually a really good spot for it. Kind of makes sense. This is a stage. I've got this guy blocked in at the moment. He's a librarian villager. I thought I might end up wanting villagers over here at some point. I don't have the potion required to cure him, but he's happy there. He's picked up some armor and he's holding a block of some kind. The dirt in here, that's going to be like tables and stuff. These will be booths up against the windows here, and this one here also underneath the stairs. These would probably just be tables. I mean, this is just a rough guide for maybe where tables would be, like a table, a seat, that kind of thing. This is going to be the bar. These might be seats by the bar. You can get through here. This is going to be the kitchen. I might change how that looks. I might even, now I think about it, it kind of makes sense to put like a place for them to put up the plates when they're done. Maybe just there or here, maybe? Maybe here makes sense. Or here? I don't know. I only just thought about that now, so I'll have a play around with it. But I think, when you have a kitchen, often like they're going to put the plates when they're ready. Whoever's serving will take them to the table, so sure. Up here is a kind of nice detail, but it's actually just because there's white blocks there and there. So I covered them with trapdoors, but actually it made more sense to put it all the way across. Quite high ceilings in this part. And up here, again, you can see the exposed ceiling while you're in the hallway, But when you go into the individual rooms, there's a kind of pretty standard like height ceiling. All the rooms have got their own little balcony, I think. This is kind of the only L-shaped room, I think. This one here is a bit more kind of standard. It's going to have a little garden there. It's got another balcony. And this room here, same deal. It's got a balcony out this way. Oh, I need a pressure plate for that. Just so happens I got what I need. Yeah, little balcony there. This one. Balcony there. A couple of these rooms are quite small, but I mean that's okay. It's like it's not a fancy inn. And this is the last room. It's fairly small, but it has the biggest balcony. So I figure that's okay. That makes it seem fair. Don't want anyone to feel ripped off. But yeah, that's it. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. This is the chimney from the fireplace. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to bring it out one more, just so it's kind of... I like the idea that that's supplying heat up here, but I don't know. I might add a couple more beams and so on, but I've actually run out of spruce logs, so not just now. Yeah, these probably be tables as well. At the front here, there'll probably be a couple tables up against here as well. A lot of tables here. It's designed to be able to get very busy, this inn. Especially now it's got 2 actual bars. So all here I'm gonna like turn into a courtyard. It'll probably get all cobbled and, you know, andesite. Probably, I imagine I'll do stone, andesite and polished andesite, something like that. Probably fill that out off camera. And yeah, just gardens all the way around here, maybe a bit of leafage. The idea with the singing badger is that it's meant to be kind of a bit run down. I haven't really done that yet. And in the description, in the actual game we were playing, let me just grab some of these too, because I wanted to show how I did the roof. In the actual game, I described stuff like some of the beams, some of the logs were like a different color because they had been replaced, like, and repaired. So I might try like the idea of just doing just the odd one. I know it's frustrating. You want me to look at that right now instead of picking up those logs, but do you think it's going to look good? Yeah. I kind of like that. Now that I know the story behind it, to me it kind of makes sense. I'll just do the odd one that's just been replaced. It's new. Although, to be honest, this kind of looks older, and I'm certainly not going to replace all of these, but yeah, that's kind of the story there with this. It's run down. Anyway, the roof, okay. Look at this shape. It's not like a perfect triangle. It's kind of a bit more of a steady slope. The way I've done that is... okay, we'll do it this way. No, that's annoying. I don't want to do it that way. Say, what am I doing? Am I stupid? It goes this way. Yes, I am stupid. Okay, so this would be the edge of the roof. It goes stair, stair, and then you're starting to go... oh, I wouldn't do it that way either. I don't like to do my second stair that way. I would go like stair, stair, and then I go slab, 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 stair, 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 slab, 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 stair, 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 slab, 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 stair, stair, stair. And then let's just say that was a middle, for example. That gives you that kind of shape, which is like not quite as you know, if you'd just done stairs, it would be like stair, 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 stair. And you know, that's like very triangular. And then the other option is to do like stair, stair, and then like full block, and then stair. But I mean, that just gives you a taller, like a pointier roof, which is not what I was after here. You know, like that, for example. the different shapes there. And I think this one's kind of good for the Tudor thing, because I knew it had to be, in my eyes, it had to be triangular, but I didn't want it to be this triangular, because to me, even if that were the right shape, it just looks a little bit newbie to me. Or I just built so many roofs like that when I was first starting out that I just can't bring myself to go directly triangular. So yeah, hopefully that's good. I was pleased at how easy it was to remember, and that it's just stair, 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 slab, slab, slab. So, I mean, hopefully that's useful. I might break this up a bit as well. At the moment, it's kind of perfect, if you like, in that all of the stairs are all the same and they all line up just right. I can go through and change the odd one out for a slab or a full block or so on to give it a kind of broken, rustic look. But yeah, that's the building for now. I'm going to decorate it. And yeah, we'll be right back. All right, we have decoration, and I'm very, very happy with how it's turned out. I think it's looking great. Yeah, added some leaves, added flowers. Like I said, it's an overgrown building. It's kind of run down. So yeah, there is a bit of that going on. Possibly too many leaves, but actually I'm kind of, I thought that, but I've been looking at it and I'm actually feel like I'm pretty cool with it, to be honest. I've just done a bit of excess kind of decoration around the edge here. There's going to be roads, guys, so, this is likely to change ultimately, but it looked a bit weird just sitting there popping up out of the ground for no reason. So I've added, decoration around the edges so it doesn't look like that anymore. Little gardens out the front, flowers up the top, and yeah, I'll just do a little lap around. I've paved the ground here and over here, like I said I would. We got tables out here. We have this fence. I thought I might actually ultimately make this be too high. It's trapdoors. And then I think here I've got it curving round, but actually I think there's likely to be another building here. But this will be a street. Straight down here will be a street, a market street. So all along this side, stalls and stuff, and probably down here even, maybe this building could be a bakery or something like that, the kind of thing you might get at a market. Boy, this is a slow donkey. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I added the old cobwebs to the chimney. I added mushroom blocks. I don't know why. I just picked some up and I was like, hey, well, I might as well use those. But yeah, really, really happy with how this has turned out. First build in the area, and I think it's a goodie. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. That's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.